What's up everyone, Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video, and today we are talking about Urshifu, the new legendary from DLC Isle of Armor, the first expansion of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Today we are talking about the Rapid Strike style, the Fighting Water type. We are covering the Fighting Dark, the Single Strike style tomorrow, in a video tomorrow, so if that's what you're interested in, it's coming out. But stick around to watch this one. Anyway, what we're covering today is we're going to be covering a VGC doubles format build, single spotlight, as well as we're going to be covering speed tiers and damage calcs, so stick around for all of that if you want to. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about is Urshifu, so let's go ahead and talk about him. So, Fighting Water type on this Rapid Strike style. Pretty solid type. We only have 5 weaknesses while also having 7 resistances, which is good. Resistances including Fire, Water, Ice, Bug, Rock, Dark, Steel, and then our weaknesses are Electric, Grass, Flying, Psychic, Fairy. We do have 2 more weaknesses than the other form. However, the other form also has a quad weak to Fairy, which is really bad for that. You can always patch that up with like a Rosalie Berry or Focus Sash, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Today we are focusing on the Rapid Strike style, so let's talk about it. So first off, its ability is insane. Unseen Fist, it breaks through Protect, it hits through Protect if you're using a physical contact move. That's insane. Can deal damage with moves with physical contact, so you know, most of its moves, you know, it's Surging Strike, Aqua Jet, Close Combat, Aerial Ace, Iron Head. All of these moves are going to be making contact, so you're hitting with Urshifu through Protect all the time. Really good. It also has a Gmax form in which its Gmax move hits through Max Guard as well. Absurd, right? Yeah, so Protect is got a little nerf. Anyway, so this Pokemon is insane because of that. It also has a great typing and also very solid stats all around. Let's go ahead and talk about the stats real quick. So HP at 100, very strong. Defense at 100 and special defense at 60. Its HP and defense are very solid. All around general physical bulk is very good. Special defense at 60 is a little below average, so you could patch that up with Assault Vest, you could patch it up with Focus Sash, or you could just lean into your offensive stats, which are very solid as well. Our attack is at 130, and then our speed is at 97, which both are pretty solid. Speed giving us just enough speed to outspeed a lot of big Pokemon in the meta, and attack enough to deal out huge damage. So anyway, that's going to be it for our overview. Let's go ahead and talk about the moveset itself. So the first moveset and the only moveset for VGC we have is Unseen Fist as our ability. Of course, I already talked about how insane Unseen Fist is. It's very good. And then for our item, we are using Life Orb. Now, there are a couple of different options that you can go for this item. We went with Life Orb. It gives us enough damage to put us into range to take out a lot of good Pokemon, like things like Incineroar, Okoing, you know, Pokemon like Arcanine probably. I say probably because I only did the calc for Incineroar, but I imagine they're pretty close to similar. Anyway, so yeah, Life Orb is good. It puts us into range to take a lot of big knockouts. It also gives you the flexibility to Dynamax, which is good. With you also have like Assault Vest and Focus Sash that give you the flexibility to Dynamax as well. But if you go with one of the items like Choice Scarf or Choice Band, then you're pretty much locked into not Dynamaxing, or you can Dynamax and then essentially have no item, which is unfortunate. But yeah, if you go for something like Choice Band or Choice Scarf, this is probably the set you would want that to land on as well, since we are not really using anything like Iron Head or Aerial Ace just for really max moves. We are using the Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Aqua Jet, Detect set. Detect could be Protect, but we just use it because of Imprison Pokemon, things like Indeedee, Mail, and like Jellicent could even have that, Chandelure. So we're just running Detect because of that. Otherwise, Protect is fine too. And yeah, so our moves, we're using Surging Strikes, which is its new signature move. It's very powerful. It hits 3 times at 25 base power, but always hits crit guaranteed. So it breaks right through things like, also it hits through Protect. So it hits through Protect. It also hits through any stat buffs that your opponent has. It's very strong. Surging Strike is great against things like maybe Iron Defense, Corviknight for one, you know, Stamina Mudsdale. We're hitting really big damage through those things, which is really cool. That's going to be about it for that attack. It's very, very solid. It hits 25 3 times, which gives it essentially a 75 base, but on top of that we have crit and stab, and you can run water to set rain, and it's just really, really powerful in general. And then we also have close combat here for our other stab move, fighting in water. I really like dual stab, it's really good, and then protect, and then one other move. And instead of a coverage move, we're running Aqua Jet on this set just so that we can priority hit things with Aqua Jet. It's very strong with stab, it's good. You can run rain, like I said, so you can really just stack buffs when making a really, really strong priority move. Just really good in general. Anyway, that's going to be it for that regular set. Let's talk about some flex moves that you can put in instead of any of those. Probably instead of Aqua Jet. I think Surging Strikes in close combat will just be staple to this Pokemon. So, it's lightning or thundering outside. Anyway, so a couple of moves that we have here: Aerial Ace and Iron Head. There are two of them that are great for maxing. You know, we have Max Steel Spike and Max Airstream. Both are amazing max moves, giving you great secondary effects of speed control and damage control. Amazing stuff. We also have Fire Punch that can set weather. You also have all of the punch moves: Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. I think I said Thunder Punch. Water Punch. No, I'm kidding about that. But we do have all of the regular punches, which are really good. All can set weathers, can set terrains, can also just be, good coverage if you need coverage on your team. So that's good. We also have Rock Slide. I think we get like Poison Jab, which is good. Lash Out, I believe we get. That might be only for the other form, but yeah, I think that's only for the other form. So I don't think we have any dark coverage, but still, like, Rock Slide is good. We also have U-Turn, especially if you want to play like something like Choice Scarf. If you're going to use Choice Scarf, then switch out the Detect for U-Turn. That's a really good, that instantly just makes it a better set for Choice Scarf. And then we also have Taunt, which is interesting on such a fast body. Like, we hit 163 as our speed tier, so, theoretically Taunt should be able to outspeed a lot of Pokemon. Even things like Trick Room, Mimikyu, Trick Room, Mimikyu. So that's good. Taunt's like fine. It's very solid. You could put it on there instead of Detect on like a Dynamax set so that you can use Taunt if you need to, but if not, then it turns into Max Guard, so that's another great option. Anyway, that's going to be it for our set. Let's go ahead and talk about some EV spreads real quick, or rather, that's all for the moves. EV spreads now. So it's pretty basic. We just went 252 into attack and 252 into speed. Our leftover 4 into HP, and then we went for Jolly Nature, giving us plus speed minus special attack. Since we're not using it anyway, we want to be as fast as possible, hitting 163 with 252 plus as our speed. We hit 163, which is very, very solid. We outspeed a lot of really good Pokemon, and we'll talk about our speed tiers here in just one moment. Anyway, that's going to be it for the set. Let's go ahead and talk about some synergetic Pokemon real quick. So, neither of these like stand out as like huge synergies, but nothing really does. I think Urshifu kind of just works on most teams that need that coverage or need another aggressive Pokemon that can break through Protect. It can also break through Max Guard if you Dynamax it, or Gigantamax it rather. I think you'll probably always use Gmax for Urshifu, but it eats your water move and then gives it the max move to break through stuff with water attack. So if you need Max Geyser on your team on an Urshifu spot, then you might take off the Gmax, but I think it's probably always going to be Gmax. Like, for 90% of sets, you're going to be using Gmax. Anyway, for a synergetic Pokemon, we are talking about Excadrill first. This Pokemon is particularly synergetic because it just works really well with the majority of the typings that Urshifu breaks. Electric is super effective against it. It's immune to Excadrill, which is good. And then even if your opponent's going in like ground moves against like your Excadrill, you can switch it into Urshifu, and then Urshifu can probably just tank it very well, especially if it's physical. So that's really good. Honestly, they just cover each other really well, and they can give each other really good max boosts if they max. You have with the Excadrill, you have Steel Spike and Ground Max Quake to really supplement Urshifu's natural bulk, which is really good. And then we also have Politoed as our second synergetic Pokemon here. Like I said, setting Rain can be good. Surging Strikes can be absolutely insane with Rain active. You also have really strong Aqua Jets that is good. So both of them are just good. If you're making a water team, like a Rain team with Politoed and Kingdra, you can slap Urshifu in there. Surging Strikes will be absolutely insane. Aqua Jet is just super mighty, and yeah, it's a good way to do it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this slide. Let's go ahead and move on to some speed tiers. I've taken a very long time so far, so we're gonna go through this pretty quick. So we're at 163 as Urshifu, which is very solid. We outspeed a lot of really good Pokemon, things like Mimikyu, Excadrill, Rotom, Form Changed, Duraludon, any of these non-scarfed, obviously. A lot of other good Pokemon are going to be under us on that speed tier, you know, things like Arcanine, all the mid-speed boys, Incineroar, Sylveon, Jellicent, like all these mid-speed Pokemon we are outspeeding, which is good. There are a couple of Pokemon that are outspeeding us regularly, things like Charizard, Durant, Whimsicott, Cinderace. We have Dragapult, of course, all of the weather Pokemon, things like Swift Swim users and Chlorophyll users, Unburdened Pokemon. All of those Pokemon are going to be outspeeding us. So we hit a solid mid-speed tier, a little above average speed tier, but not, you know, the best speed tier around. But it's still very solid. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and talk about some damage calcs. So unfortunately, the damage calcs that I use are not set up for Urshifu yet, so we had to do it kind of weird. So all of these Surging Strikes are actually, that's only one hit. Keep that in mind. So our first damage calc here against Incineroar, that 48 to 58% is one of the 3 hits. So with Life Orb, Urshifu Surging Strikes into a defensive Incineroar, it's always hitting a critical hit. We are hitting 48 to 58 3 times, giving us a guaranteed OHKO with Surging Strikes. I know it's a little confusing, and I'm really sorry, and if it's wrong, I'm really sorry, but I believe it's correct. I worked like way harder on these damage calcs than any other damage calc in my entire life. So yeah, this actually is based off of Abomasnow, because we just had to change all of its stats and then change its typing, change all of its attacks, literally made Aqua Jet into Surging Strikes. It's just weird, but I'm like 99.99999.9% sure that everything is right. So please bear with me. Anyway, so first off, we have very good stuff against Incineroar, taking it as an OHKO. That's great. Next, we have Dynamax, Libero, Cinderace, Max, Airstream into our Urshifu. Non-Dynamax is going to be getting a guaranteed OHKO, hitting 150 to 180. However, if you Dynamax, it's only hitting 76 to 90. I know only hitting, but it does mean we live it if we Dynamax, which is very, very good. Hitting a guaranteed 2-hit KO, which is good. And if you Dynamax, then you take a very, very big amount of damage on the back end. Actually, if you don't Dynamax. So if you run into a Cinderace like a different time, or you like follow me while it's attacking, then you come back at it with Surging Strikes. We are actually hitting a guaranteed OHKO. It says guaranteed 3-hit KO, but you know, each hit is a guaranteed 3-hit KO. So making a guaranteed OHKO. It's weird and I'm really sorry, but that is what it does. So we OHKO Cinderace, even as a flying type, mind you, this is after its max Airstream. Almost any typing, we'll just knock it out like that. It's very good. Next, we have 252 attack Life Orb Urshifu, close combat into a Dynamax Tyranitar. This shouldn't really come as a big surprise, hitting 118 to 140%. This is one of them that we need Life Orb to take that OHKO, which is good. We actually need that to take the OHKO against Max Dynamax Cinderace as well. This is actually, whoops, I forgot that. That's Dynamax. We actually needed to take a lot of these damages, or to take a lot of these OHKOs. Next, we have our, and whoops, I also left that as Abomasnow. That's goofy. Oops. I hate it when I do this, when I mess stuff up, and then I have to fix it. Anyway, so Life Orb Urshifu close combat into a Eviolite very defensive Porygon 2, hits 91 to 110%, which is a 50% chance to OHKO. This isn't something you should always rely on. However, if that's the best play, definitely go for a 50% chance to OHKO. You know, like you'll probably get it sometimes. I mean, you'll get it half the time. That's why they call it a 50%. Anyway, so next you have attack Urshifu Surging Strikes into Alolan Marowak. This is pretty much just a random one that I added in. It says 96% chance to a KO, but you know how it is. We actually OHKO it. Very, very good stuff. If you can't tell, Urshifu Surging Strikes is amazing. It's actually like such an amazing attack that it's very, very good. And it becomes significantly weaker when you Dynamax. I mean, obviously it's still a really strong Max Geyser style attack that doesn't set rain, it just goes through max guard or protect. It's very, very good. Anyway, that's going to be it for our damage calcs. Let's go ahead and talk about single spotlight real quick before I'm out of your hair. So we went with Choice Scarf Unseen Fist for this. It gets us very, very fast. We're running Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Aqua Jet, U-Turn, the same set I would run if I ran Choice Scarf in VGC. However, I think Choice Scarf is more potent in singles. So this is what we're running for our single spotlight. It's very, very solid, I think. 252 into attack, 252 into speed, Jolly Nature, giving it as fast as possible with Choice Scarf 1.5 times. You're unbelievably fast. You're outspeeding just about everything. You're hitting really powerful Aqua Jets, Close Combat, Surging Strikes with Stab, and then also have U-Turn if you aren't married to the idea of attacking anything with any of those attacks, which is very, very good. Also for repositioning. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like the Urshifu like, comment, and subscribe. Comment, hey, nice vid. It would make my day a little bit better. Urshifu, I think, is going to be really, really powerful and very impactful. I think the other one is also very, very good. I think they're both just going to be amazing. We've seen the other one trending up in recent days, and by recent days, I mean the last, like, 2 days that has been legal, and then this one trending a bit down. We'll see how it evens out, how it bottoms out, and I'll be covering the fighting dark type tomorrow, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Go ahead and hit notifications so you know when I upload it tomorrow. You don't have to. I hate it when people say that, but I'm gonna say it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit notifications, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, have a great next 2 months, do all of those things. Have a great next 2 months. Goodbye.